I'm gonna start recording, guys, because we're gonna talk about conversion of your leads today. Now, who wants to talk about any listing appointments they've gone on recently? I'd just be curious. Has anybody had some wins they'd like to share about? Josette, didn't you say you had a listing appointment recently? That you were, I think I saw you post that in the Insider group.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you, yeah.
Yeah, I did have a listing appointment, but he canceled and we need to reschedule.
Okay.
So I haven't gone on it yet.
Well, that's okay. Why don't you walk us through, because I think everybody loves to hear the stories about how they land those listing appointments and kind of what your tactics were. Anna, good to see you here. I'm going to pick on you next. Okay.
Well, I let Julie do the work and I just chimed in, when I saw fit, and I did use Bum videos. So.
Yes. Okay. So walk us through it. So you let Julie do the work. Now, how did Julie do the work for you? That was the initial reply, right? The first 3 minutes.
Yes, Julie did the initial reply. I think she replied 3 or 4 times that she actually sent a text out. And then he responded, call me when you can. And so I called him. And then I keep responding to him like I was Julie. So, like, if I would insert Josette, but I'm responding, hey, this is Julie, just wanted to follow up with you. My partner Josette will be reaching out to you, stuff like that. And I know he's going to sell. I think the last time I spoke with him, he was a little bit busy. I just sent him a Bum video like 2 minutes before I came on here. So I'm hoping to actually go on the listing appointment before this weekend is over.
Love it. Now, do you track, when you send that video, do you make sure to use the tracking aspect of this so you know that's been seen and watched, right?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Awesome. Now, did you address the value of the home? Did you do a guesstimate similar to what Marley was, or did you just go straight for the call? How'd that work?
I think I went straight to the call, and then I sent him an email with Marley's script with just a range of the price. And so I don't think I've actually sent him a full CMA, which I'm not going to until we really connect, because I'm hoping that will keep him, curious as to what the value really is. Because I know he wants to sell, so.
I think that's important. I mean, and I know if you guys are you all familiar with the script that we were talking about from the course, right? The Marley script where she kind of did the whole guesstimate idea, kept the range wide open. Because you don't want to give them too much value up front. You don't want to just give them the home value. In many ways, that can really, it eliminates the need to work with you at that moment. Like, oh, I got what I needed. I don't need to work with you anymore, right? Awesome. Good job, Josette. Okay, Anna, you go ahead and unmute yourself, and we want to talk about your win. Anna's fun because Anna's actually one of the first. We're translating into Spanish a funnel for her because she serves a Spanish-speaking audience. So I know that's a work in progress right now that's happening. Tell us, though, about how you got a listing appointment.
Sure. So I think I did everything like I was supposed to with the Marley video. I don't have a special cupcake, so there's a really neat gourmet donut shop nearby. So that's what I, offer. Bring my favorite donuts. Anyways, I think Julie was very helpful in the sense that she started the conversation by asking, is there any upgrades or anything like that? And she gave me the information. And so on this one in particular, I had a phone number. And that is so, so helpful in the sense that, I picked up the phone and I called her. I'm not very comfortable, just talking on the phone, but I called her anyways. And she, we started conversing. I said, I really need to do a 15-minute walkthrough in order to properly price your property. But I think it falls from my preliminary research between this and this. And I gave her the high number because it really is the high number. And she says, well, I have 5 acres. I already knew she had 5 acres in 2 parcels, divided into parcels. And there's no way it can be 500,000 because I've heard that in Swanee, the town that we live, it's like $100,000 an acre. So anyways, I already know, I already know her mindset, you know, where she's at, which is a real big plus. When I go on Friday, I can address that concern, and I can, you know, rather than finding out in the listing appointment where she's at mentally. So I think that has been very helpful to me. I'm preparing, you know, her package and everything to meet with her on Friday at 1 o'clock. It was going to be today at 1. When she said, can it be Wednesday at 1? I'm like, oh man, I'm going to miss the mastermind. And then she called and said, or she texted and said, hey, Anna, can it be Friday instead? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. No worries there. So anyways, I'm hopeful that on Friday I'll be able to close the deal. And I have a few other that I've had conversations with using the BombBomb, not actual talking on the phone, but I think people respond well when they see the BombBomb video. I'm doing the, you know, hi, my name, you know, hi, so-and-so. And so I think that when I do that, I did record one that I could use just like Marley does, where it's very nice. I love Marley's, but it's the one that she puts in there. I don't think she does a personal one every time. I mean, I could be wrong. But I think that I recorded one and I have it on standby, but because I've had the time, I've gone ahead and done one for each person where they see the board and it says, you know, whatever. And I think people are responding positively to it. So
You're talking about this one, right?
I am talking about that one.
And we'll play it for everybody so they know.
Yes.
So Marley actually, so this is she's using the mobile application from this. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with, because BombBomb does have an app on the phone and it allows you to send it as a text as well. So experiment with when you do get a phone number with the idea of leveraging Julie with essentially a BombBomb video message that you can include in the automated Julie response. It's a smart idea. I haven't seen many people use it, but something I want you guys all to consider doing, because that would be a great thing to actually think about. But here's the automated message that Marley's been using that's embedded in her initial autoresponder.
Hi, I'm Marley with Elevate Real Estate. I got your request for the home price valuation and I am on it. Oh, and by the way, I left a link to my Facebook profile page below. I'll just be sending you a really quick friend request. Want to make sure you get a chance to meet me. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Okay, so Anna, awesome. I'm so pumped, and I'm so excited for even what's going to happen with the Spanish translation template that you're going to use, because that's going to open up a lot of markets for people. So thanks for taking initiative on that one. Now, how many of you here are using BombBomb or some sort of video application with your leads? Just by show of hands. Okay. And who isn't so far? Show of hands. Who's not using it? Okay. So the hard part for you guys is that when you rely on anything outside of video, you're hoping that they receive whatever you send in such a way that you want it to be communicated. And the problem with that I'm seeing is, even if your script is perfect, you're still it's not humanized. It's not real. They don't know who you are. They're most likely not going to click on any link to figure out who you are. They're going to make 1,000 different assumptions in their mind of what this is and what they should have received and what the ad said, and they thought it was an automated CMA and blah, blah, blah. You hear it, right? Oh, I thought I was just curious. Never give them that opportunity, right? And that's such an important thing to grasp. So you don't have to use BombBomb. It's just it's just my favorite application. It's just simply, I always think of the user's experience, the homeowner, the buyer. What are they looking at when they see this for the first time? Don't give them an opportunity to that technology that you're using to be something that's not functional. The thing I know that BombBomb has a translation from the laptop to the desktop to an Android, from an iPhone, you name it. It doesn't matter how it's received. It's going to be received well. okay? And the GIF component of it is so powerful too, because the GIF aspect, if you guys recognize it or ever see it within the, oh, Edith, I'm so happy you're here. I'm gonna call on you shortly because I know you got a win to talk about this. The GIF aspect is powerful because let's say they're in a place where they can't play a video or listen to sound, they're still gonna see you smiling and waving and you know, saying whatever you're saying in that first 2 seconds. So in that moment, it literally gives them a second to decide if you are somebody they're actually even going to open a conversation with and dialogue with. So I'm like saying, if you want to do StreetText and convert dozens of leads, you know, and kind of look at, like, we're not doing this just to have a transaction, right? Once you get a transaction with StreetText, you basically pay it off your system most cases for the year and then some. Okay, but the key is, you got to look at Facebook by far way differently than anything you've ever done in terms of lead generation. It is a top of funnel opportunity. That means people are scrolling down their newsfeed on Facebook, on Instagram. They see an ad, they click through it. They weren't looking to buy or sell in that moment. So you kind of get them off guard. They are there for entertainment value. They see something that they're willingly go from subconscious to consciously putting their information. So it comes down to, are you likable? And are you authentic? Are you going to give them value? So if you come from that place of authenticity and really genuinely there to help them realize you're there to give them great information and serve them and help educate them, you're going to win. You're going to win a lot. So you want to cultivate that relationship, number one. That's why I tell everybody what Marley did right there with that automated video and putting her personal Facebook profile, give them an opportunity to go profile you. Why? Because they can go to Facebook and see you as a real person. You never know if you got mutual friends. You never know if you have mutual interests. You never know if you have mutual values that they see just off your newsfeed. And that connection, ultimately, they're going to go and profile you just like anybody else profiles. Like, who are you? I want to learn a little bit more about you, see if this is a person I even allow into my home, right? Allow face-to-face conversations with. So let them do that. You got to start looking at Facebook as more than just what you've had an experience in the past. That's why we're all telling you to profile these people. I'm getting more and more people telling me about, you know, just by going over there, profiling that lead, dropping them a friend request, and then putting them into that list, they're seeing such great opportunities arise out of that, because they oftentimes a week, 2 weeks later, they get a comment on one of their posts and they said, oh, this is the lead that I generated that I didn't know actually never got back to me, but now they're in my newsfeed. Now they're seeing what I'm doing top of mind. Now I can go into my list and start seeing when's the last conversation we had. It's more powerful than any CRM that you're going to have, because you can track back to the last conversation you had through Facebook Messenger and see what's the last thing you guys spoke about. So I always make sure, continue doing what you're doing with your BombBomb videos and putting them in your drips and blah, 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 all that stuff that you're going to do to stay top of mind. But use the Facebook power now at this moment to, you know, you're going to create custom posts as well, where you're just going to say, hey, I'm going to post today just to my seller leads that I've accumulated with StreetText, as well as my A-list clients or anybody else that I know needs to know what's happening in the real estate market. And I'm going to exclude people that I don't want to be in that list. That's why I want to tell you guys to put your realtor buddies and friends in a separate list, so you're not posting to them. They don't need to see what you're doing there. Put your family and people that you don't care to have like inundated with real estate stuff in a separate list. So you can exclude those people out of certain posts, and you include people in certain posts as well. So there's this powerful aspect of kind of tapping into the Facebook model. And yes, it's a little time consuming at first, but at least start with putting all your A-list clients and anybody you've ever done a transaction with in a particular list. Because how else are you going to stay top of mind with people? How else are you going to build that referral and repeat business in such a way where you know you're consistently making sure you're top of mind with them every single day, right? You don't lose that opportunity with what Facebook can do for you, and make sure every one of your clients or anybody you've ever done business with is a Facebook friend. And if they're not on Facebook, go make them get on Facebook, right? Convince them the power of Facebook. 2.1 billion people and growing. It's where influencers are at. It's the model. You know, you either let Facebook consume your time, or you empower yourself with it.
Marcus?
Yeah, go ahead, Anna.
So one of the ways I'm using Facebook is that I'm sending them a card. So it's either a cat card or a dog card. So I'll go to Facebook and I'll look at their profile and see which of them speaks to them most. Are they cat people or are they dog people? And then I'll send the card that's most appropriate for them.
You're genius. See, that's outside the box thinking, guys. Anna, that's amazing. Outside the box thinking. Like, if you do that type of stuff, you can start. The reason Facebook is so powerful, you go to someone's profile, you see they have kids. Now what? How many cool things could you do as a follow-up, setting something to the door, right? It's about coming from a place of contribution and giving first. And we all know the power of giving. You give, like the Go Giver, everybody's probably heard of that book. You give first, you will receive, right? You will receive. So just think about it. They're all probably guarded initially at that moment because they've been solicited. They've had salespeople all trying to get their business their entire lives. We all are guarded until you break that mold and be unique and different in your approach. Anything, Logan, I'm sorry, I've been kind of going on a rampant here. Anything that you want to add on to that?
No, I mean, so far, I mean, I would have cut you off if I thought there was something needed to be added. I think you nailed it so far. Just to kind of reiterate is really the best I can offer right now is personalization. Make sure that you are introducing yourselves as early as possible. If they don't hear an actual message from you, not just your written email, if they get something on day 3, day 5, I feel it might be too far away. Right away, that initial email needs to be you. And things like Anna just showed us there, it needs to be your personality as well, but be unique. It's so important. Everybody that we send information to, you know that they're getting stuff from everybody. Your competitors are sending them, just listed postcards, sold in 10 days postcards, sold in 30 days, or also it's free, or I'll buy it, or whatever. People are doing these kind of things all the time now. So it's not even so much the offer that needs to be unique. It's you something like that. Figure out if they're a dog or a cat person and send them that. It's just something that's different, something that they haven't seen before. It's so beneficial to just be unique, be yourself, and get them something of value. I think that's a wonderful idea.
Where are you, Edith? Are you here? Can you unmute yourself? I'll unmute you. So you keep on driving there. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to take your eyes off the road. But we do want to hear about your win recently. I know you have one.
Okay, so last week I had sent out some. It was actually an address-only lead. I had sent out a card. It was a hello card, and it's like, hey, thank you for reaching out to me on Facebook. The only information that came over was your address, and it said something else about them wanting a home value to contact me. So the guy did. He reached out to me, and he said that, hey, I'm interested in having a home value done. I want to know what my home is worth. Can you send me some information? So I asked him a couple questions, and I said, it's possible for me to stop by, do a 15-20-minute quick walkthrough so I can see your current condition of your home. He said yes. So I spent actually about an hour with him because he just wanted to talk. But out of that, I learned that he wanted to buy another home. He was moving up to another home in a higher priced area. And so I got him the information. We went over it, and he actually scheduled an appointment to see this particular house that he was interested in, but it went contingent like that morning. So I'm in communication with him. He does have to sell before he can purchase. So right now we're just dialoguing back and forth. He and I touched base yesterday. So that came from just me sending out a card after getting an address-only lead through StreetText.
Wow, powerful. Now tell me, Edith, what was that card? Was it a postcard? Was it a piece of mail? With the post?
I mailed it out through the postal service. It was like a card I mailed out, and it just said hello on the front, and I hand wrote a note in there, put my business card, and he called me.
Perfect. And did you allude to it, just said dear homeowner? Did you write their name on it? How did you?
Nope, I just said hi. That was it. I was like, hi, I got your request from Facebook. For home value, the only information that came across was your street address. Be happy to connect with you. to give you an evaluation of your home. Please contact me. That was it. And I put a business card in there. And he called. So it's, it's like, it's not any one thing that works. I just try different things and see what happens. And then also, Marcus, just this week on Monday, as you were saying, like Facebook, and this wasn't really through StreetText, but it was just having a Facebook presence. A seller called me whose house expired last Friday. And she reached out to me. She said, hey, I've been following you on Facebook. Really like to know if you can help me sell my house. The last agent that it was with couldn't sell it. So I have an appointment with her on Friday at 1 o'clock to, possibly pick up that expired listing.
100%. Love it. Yeah, that's powerful. That's the idea of being a influencer on Facebook, right? So you guys never know in this top of funnel Facebook marketing when they're going to come alive. It's your job to stay top of mind. It's your job not just put in sort of generic drip campaign. Don't rely on the StreetText 9-month-long system. If anything, in my thought process is you're better off really customizing that initial autoresponder, number one, and then a personal follow-up, number two, to that, doing something like this. Okay, I'll go back into the the script that we're kind of wanting everybody to kind of benchmark or base off of. This is the script that we were all talking about that Marley uses. Check it out.
Hi, it's Marley. Just letting you know that I attached the internet-based home valuation that I said I was going to send. If you want a more accurate or custom one, of course, that will take just about 15 minutes to walk through your property. I'll even bring my favorite cupcakes for you to try. So if that's something you're interested in, just go ahead and let me know what time works for you. Talk soon.
Okay, so she's wrapping that with text, by the way, too, guys. So the idea was we kind of highlighted Jess, who's on vacation right now she's out of Banff, Oregon. But we highlighted the fact that she was using this script with no email signature, because there's Marley's email signature, right? So no matter what, they're both getting, a nice little email signature with Marley. This is her follow-up from her Gmail, by the way, marleyrealestate@gmail.com, which I love Gmail. Everybody should be considering Gmail, and we'll talk more about that separately. But so she's got the video there. She's got the text. The text is basically saying you submitted your info for a home valuation on Facebook regarding your property at 631 Southwest 67th Terrace in Pembroke Pines. I did the research on the homes that have recently sold in your local neighborhood, and without looking at it, I'm able to provide you with the internet's best guess, right? I like that. Internet's best guess at your home, which is about 265 to 303. So look at what she does there. She leaves that pretty wide open, right? And so they're going to be like, well, what is it? When you're reading it that way. But I know I can do better than this. So if you'd like a figure you can count on that's custom to your home, it'll only take a 15-minute walkthrough of your home to see the current condition. And I promise no long PowerPoint presentations. Let me know if Wednesday at 6 or Thursday at 9 a.m. works for you. So see what she does there, guys. She does video, number one, follow-up, personalized to that person. She does address the home value, because that's what you're doing, is you're addressing the home value, but you're giving in a guesstimate. You're giving in a guesstimate way. And then she does a call to action in terms of what time works best for you. So it's powerful there that she has 3 really essential steps on the follow-up that you really want to consider. Now, obviously, what she already did in the initial email would have created the power. The autoresponder kind of set her up for that, right? This autoresponder, where is it? This autoresponder that she did here set her up for that, because she already had that firing off, and she already alluded to her Facebook profile down there. So hopefully they already got a chance to meet her, profile her a little bit, and then she responds with that script and addresses the home value. So there's a lot of value in that process that she just used. Okay, you guys understand right there how powerful that is on a 1-2 kind of combo, right? It worked for Anna. It's worked for Edith, right? That they're talking to. So you guys are looking for ways of converting your leads. Well, you have to initiate a face-to-face contact, or else you're just nobody. You're just essentially an end to a means to get their home value, and you don't want that to be your case, right? And so we're just going to keep on hammering home the idea of you are your brand. you are, you know, it's so important for them to see you as a personality, as somebody that's going to help them and serve them, and as an individual. Do not let them think any other way. Okay. Anybody else? You know, I know I called on Edith. I called on Rowena. I haven't called on you yet. Do you want to? You know, I know you haven't used the BombBomb video yet, but tell me, what's your experience so far since joining StreetText? I know I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to unmute you. Or, oh, you're unmuted now. I'm going to mute you. I think we're both trying to mute each other there. You go ahead and unmute yourself, and then you can talk.
There we go. Okay. So I wanted to go through the whole university. So I went through all of that at first. Last night I set up my email. I did a test BombBomb video. So that's why I didn't put up my hand on that I'm using it or not using it, because I hadn't used it yet. But I did my whole email in the StreetText, and I put on makeup and I put on jewelry, because when we're done here, I'm going to do my video for to put it into that, and then I'm gonna go live with the funnels that I have chosen. So next week I'll be able to share stories of what happened from today.
I can't wait. I can't wait. You guys, it's never too late with all those leads that you acquired to go back to them and introduce yourself and just ask a simple question, right? Because if they never responded to you previously, it was probably because you didn't have anything like that. But if you do something that is of value and just specifically wanting to help them, whatever that is, you know, you could look at leads months that you generated last quarter or 6 months ago or a year ago, and you know, introduce yourself with the chance for them to get, you know, hey, the market has changed. I want to get you an updated value. Would that be something you're interested in? Right? All you need is a yes, and the conversation begins. So if you haven't got any responses yet, start considering that you need to change your tactics. And that's the best thing I can recommend to you. Now, in terms of generating leads, we all know, and we've talked about that is just because you're not tapping in with the right funnel. And it's not a matter of if it's going to work, it's when it's going to work. And you just got to play around with the funnels and the seller conversion template or the equity template. You know, if you're in a mountainous area, you need to be testing the terrain aspect of the ad instead of just the map. And then even the satellite one. And Logan and I are always preaching about going macro as often as possible, because it gives you a better opportunity when you're tapping into counties or in Canada, the lower mainland. By the way, Emily Ching, I know you're on this. Tap into the lower mainland as an ad. I've been testing that on the seller side, and you could target Vancouver, you can target North Vancouver, you can target Richmond, you can target entire areas when you say if someone were to buy your lower mainland home. Okay, that's another way to tap in. I've seen some great lead flow coming out of that. So
I would have like a choice of the whole lower mainland.
Yeah, you're just using the conversion template. So we'll talk about it separately, because I got to go into your account. We were looking at it. We got to do a few things. You run so many ads with Facebook that you got.
I don't have any other ads on Facebook.
No, not with us, but just in general.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Oh, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that separately. Okay. So, Leon, welcome aboard, buddy. Leon's a brand new guy. Leon, what are you learning so far? Anything that you'd like to add to this? Because you're a systems guy, so I always like to hear from systems guys.
Well, kind of a repeat offender, because initially 5 years ago or something, we did it for a while.
Yeah, a long time ago when we first started.
I was waiting. So, hello everybody, how y'all doing today? I'm located in the Seattle, Tacoma, Washington area. Helped bring the first virtual real estate company online back in 1998. So it's really interesting, because now what everybody was fighting us about, the companies, some of the bigger ones out here, they're trying to stop us, act like they invented the internet. But I'll just throw in less is better to give you guys an idea where I'm at. About 7-8 days ago, I came on board, had a little glitch. We kind of lost a day or two and restarted. I've probably got about 53 leads in the pipeline. I was sitting at lunch with a lender and one of the realtors I mentor the other day, and I looked at my lender and laughed and said, hey, you want a couple refis? So I've generated 2 refis so far out of the leads for my lenders. And I had a couple responses that came this morning that I need to call folks back about. We've been going back and forth about what they've done to their house. And the biggest thing is, I don't want to say whatever it takes to get them to engage, but as long as you make it intelligent to get them to engage. So I'm shooting all sellers, and we're going back and forth. My valuations are based on average condition, and I'm asking them, do they have any? My simple one is, do you have any recent updates, upgrades, remodels that you feel have increased the value of your home? And people love to talk about it, so they're getting back to me with that. And so what I did last night, I also run another program that gives me snapshots. So I sat there last night and set up snapshots going out to all these guys, and I was laughing because they were opening these things up. And Marcus, it's funny we talk about Gmail. I don't use Gmail for all my systems, but I do use Gmail for my primary emails with my own name. So for $5 a month, I have like premier houses. So I can track their opens. If you haven't put, there's an extension called LinkedIn Navigator. It's free. When you put that on there, if I'm looking for somebody, last night I also added everybody's names because they weren't putting their real names in there. So I was going and updating, finding their names versus by using their email or their address, so that I had full names in there. And the LinkedIn Navigator, if you go into your Gmail and you say compose and put the email, it'll pull up their social media. So the biggest thing I've been doing is tracking everybody down so that I've got all the names and everything complete. And Isaac is finishing out my video that I made to embed for what I'm sending out for my response for the valuation. So that's just a quick 20 or 25-second clip, thanking them for coming online site to get a valuation of their home and asking the basic question if they, updates, upgrades, remodels, and that should be, Isaac said, it'll let me know when it's ready. So once I get that, I'll be blasting that out to everybody, even though they've already got something from me, because now they'll have it in video, and I'll be able to track their open through the Gmail app.
Love it. Man, that's powerful. And did you guys get that LinkedIn Navigator? That's something I just learned today. So everybody through Gmail, if you go to, it's a Chrome extension, is that correct?
Yes.
So you're going to want to have Chrome as a browser, and then go find LinkedIn Navigator. We all talk about Gmail and Chrome. I mean, these guys got it. You may use other systems and other emails, but remember, Gmail and Chrome has got so many applications that you can utilize. So many, right? We all know that the BombBomb application through Chrome is how you embed video into the system of StreetText, right? It's simple. I show everybody. It's like, when I go into, I'll just use someone's account. Let's just go in here. So when I go into emails in your StreetText system, okay. Can you guys all see this? Yeah, you see it? Is the screen shared right now? Okay, perfect. So when I go into here and I click edit, because we're all talking about this initial one, this edit. So, emails, hover over it, click edit. Okay, so the Chrome extensions, essentially Chrome is the browser you're using, and when you download BombBomb as a Chrome extension, or whatever Chrome extensions you have, it's right up here. So it's as simply as doing this, right? And then you'll have that one populate, or you can say a start over, and it can populate all your videos, and it'll start showing you all the videos that you've created. And then you just choose what video you want. So like, let's just use this last one for a second. If I just go copy HTML right there, like I'm simply just clicking my mouse on it. So it copies it as soon as I click on it. And then I just go right into where I want to embed it. And I want to always embed it with a little bit of context. So I don't want to put the video on top. I want to put it maybe just underneath here. And I just do Command V. And that's it, guys. That's like, how simple is that? Right? And so and then once you save it, don't go in there and test the email here. Don't test it. Go to your funnels. Like once you save it, go to your funnels, or go to your, let's just say go to your ad that you're running it from, and just click on view link and just go through your funnel and put in your address and email. Or, I mean, there obviously another way to do it would just be go to your light bulb, click on funnels, and once you see this, watch, it'll come up shortly here. You'll just go to tour your own funnel. And so when you tour it, it's just going to take you to your landing pages, and then you're going to put your email, and essentially you should be able to go back into your inbox here, right? and see the videos, right? It should look like Marley's right there. And that's when you know you've done it, right? Like that's at the bare minimum, you all need to have that. I mean, the bare minimum, if you're gonna do StreetText, please consider doing this, because what's the point if they're gonna be coming in at random points at night? Like you gotta realize that if that first impression sometimes might be your last impression. And so if you don't have a strong first impression that really shows who you are and communicates the information you need, then really where are we going with this? Like how are we truly going to be introducing ourselves, and how we can truly be any unique or different than anybody else out there? Like, I don't want you guys playing roulette with your lead generation. It's like that. Everybody, you know, if you're going to be part of the everybody in the realtors, there's also what 97% of realtors that do less than 2 deals a year, or I should say a month, right? There's only 3% that do 24 or more deals a year. So if you want to be part of everybody, then continue doing lead generation without video. But if you want to be top 3%, then make sure video's included. That's just my only recommendation to you, because it's the idea of, okay, maybe you can do a couple of deals with a good script, and that's fine, but why not do 10? Why not do 20? Now, why not be, you know, the next superstar agent? And anybody that can do better than 120 deals over 2.5 years with StreetText, that's the person you're looking to beat. That's the person that you're looking to aim for. Okay, so that's been done. And I promise you that the model that she's used has never been any different, right? We've seen her process, and it's been the same for the last 2.5 years. It's never been different. It's a video intro, it's a video follow-up. That's simple. Sound good, guys? What? Anybody else? We got 20 minutes here. Now I kind of want to open the floor to questions based on any experiences you've had, questions that you have, any good ideas that you want us to consider, anything that we can do to come alongside and make sure to help you. So I know whether.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so hi, this is Beleda from Miami. Okay, so I've been on Facebook for a long time, and my history on Facebook, it's under a nickname, right? I can't change the name to my real name, so that's one thing. Second is I had a professional one. I happened to delete it recently instead of deactivating, because I knew I needed a professional assistant. So I go and I hit the button, and now I can't even get back into that one. So pretty much I got one of two options, and I was wondering what your suggestion is. So I can either go back to the one with the nickname, or I can create a brand new one with no history, and that's pretty much where I'm stuck in regards to moving forward.
Gotcha. So you mean a brand new, are we talking about the personal page or the business page?
The personal page. And I had a business page too. So now it's sort of like I can access my formal professional one that has very nice history of real estate stuff related. Or I can go into the one that has many years open, which is more, you know, that's my personal one, but it's under a nickname. So I don't have the option to actually change to my actual real name on Facebook for some reason. So I'm not sure if whether linking my personal with the nickname is a good.
What's the nickname?
It's a good thing to do.
What's your nickname?
It's Billie Jean.
Run with it. Use it for branding.
Billie Jean.
Run with it. Use it because that's going to be something you can have fun with. That's going to be something that's going to draw people in. That's going to be something I would just run with it, because you've already established your quote unquote community,
personality.
Your personality
right.
there. It's you've invested into it. There's no need to change. There's no need to change. I mean, at the end of the day, that might be the thing that separates you and makes you unique and different. So I would just say, run with it. Don't change anything. You have a community out of it, and we'll brand you with it. Would you guys all agree on that?
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we'll work together. I know you're brand new in this, so I'll reach out to you and we'll talk more about it. Okay, anybody else? Yeah, Yeah, anybody else? Any questions particularly?
I just need to. How's it going, Marcus?
Hey, Murad.
I've been doing the classes. I think they're really good and really well laid out. I just need to go through and shoot the videos and then get it into the modules. I think that's all I need to do.
Easy. I mean, so don't worry about the day 3, 10 and all that stuff, right? Because that's something that, you know, you can focus on later. What you really want to do is focus on that first initial responder.
Mm-hmm.
And don't over. I would say keep it simple. It's easy. It's supposed to be authentic. It's like it's you know, I'd rather have you stumble a little bit on your words and be real than try to be super perfect and scripted. You know, it's essentially it's a matter of, hey, this is Marcus from Remax Kelowna. Just want to introduce myself. Like, put a name to the face. I have a few quick questions before I send your home valuation. Oh, hey, by the way, here's my Facebook profile. I always make sure everybody gets a chance to meet me. Talk to you soon, right?
Yeah.
Simple. You know, because you're going to want to make sure that you get the intro. They now know this is not some sort of automated process. They know now you do have a few questions before you're going to get their way. And you do have now also given them your Facebook profile to go profile you. Now, what you do on the follow-up side, well, you can do one video that kind of hits the same thing on everybody and just shoot it once, and then just, you know, with the idea of for you guys who are all like looking for automation and time-saving activities, it's kind of like this. Like when you go into composing an email, right? And I show people from BombBomb. Okay, number one, I'm gonna hammer home Gmail and how powerful it is, because why not make sure your email signature is in there? Okay, so when I go to compose an email, there's this power wheel. This power wheel has something called snippets, and what you do with snippets is you have all these preloaded templates that you've already built. So for the home value follow-up, can you imagine, you know, you've already created one, right? So when you go to put it in there, it's already, you know, one click and you have it in there with a video. Now, what if you're probably gonna have the similar things that you're doing, you know, and so you're gonna wanna change out some numbers with that home value, right, on the follow-up. You wanna, like, if you use the Marley script, for example, right? If we went back to this script here, why would you wanna have to write that out every single time, right? Why wouldn't you just keep the template the same, or in terms of you basically have written this out one time, and so you're gonna always, because it's the best measurable thing you can do too. So just change out the certain things that you have to when you go and personalize it, but it's gonna save you so much time. And then you can either do the same video that you're creating over and over again, but even better, I mean, I just recommend, why not just pull open a fresh, get a BombBomb video, write their name on it, and follow up with a personalized video. How long is that gonna take you? 15, 20 seconds?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's personalized to them. So save yourself time by simply preloading the template, but at the end of the day, personalize it, just a little small twist, and you've got it. And why not, when you follow up in the subject line, like why don't you put their address in there? Put their name in there as well. Regarding your home valuation request on 133 Glenridge, right?
Okay. And where did you get that pull down where they're all preloaded?
That's BombBomb. So that's BombBomb. So that's if you download Chrome as your browser, right? And you're using Gmail. That's why I tell everybody to use Gmail. So the key is you have to do the write out the template for the first time, but then you hover over like this, like you do something like this. This is how you do. Create it the one time, and then you copy it just like this. And what happens as soon as you copy it, it has this save button right there. And when you press save, it now will populate as a template, right? So here's the template, and you can go in there and edit it, right? You can go and edit it or save it, cancel that if that's not the one you wanted to. But I mean, that saved me so much time on responders with people that I'm sending things over and over and over again. So once you figure out what your process is, then you just define it. And that's why you want to have the personal touch on the follow-up, but you want it preloaded because you're going to be doing this over and over again. And maybe you have 2 or 3 or 4 different scenarios. Maybe you have one for a just curious lead. Maybe you have one for a refinancing lead. Maybe you have one for immediately lead, a 1 to 3 months lead, right? Where you're basically saying, hey, I know you're just curious. That's cool. Like you can save this for a rainy day. It's still a complimentary process. By the way, you may not be ready now, but when you are, I do a complimentary service. It's my way of giving back to the community. We have actually bring over your favorite cup of coffee from Starbucks just down the street, or maybe you can say it from, like, maybe there's a great coffee house over there.
Yeah.
You know, you tell me your favorite coffee, you tell me your favorite pastry. I'm going to bring that over, and you can hold on to this for a rainy day, but it's my way of giving back. You do something out the box, guys, and maybe you create one video like that, but imagine the feeling they get when they see that. Right? And then because you've also included your Facebook, because you're also using what Leon talked about for profiling them, that LinkedIn application, you're also doing your diligence and you're putting them into Facebook, right? So
Yeah.
when you go to, I'm going to share my screen again. When you go to your Facebook and you're in your Facebook just like this, right? You profile them, and what you're doing is you're putting them in that list. Right? You're dropping them into that seller leads list. As soon as you friend request them, you drop them into that list. And you'll always have your leads in this list. And you can create multiple lists. Just because they're a seller, they also might be a just curious list. They could also be a recently renovated. Just think about all the different categories that you're going to have in here, and they can cross over into multiple lists. But you always want to have them in these lists, because these lists is going to be how you manage your Facebook as a CRM.
I've heard about this before, but how do you, like, what is the purpose of that? You click a list and then I send a message to everybody on the list, or?
No, I mean, so when I go to compose something here, like, because you're gonna do your public posts, right? The obvious to your entire Facebook database. But what about when you want to just post directly to your seller leads, right?
Okay.
What if I want to go create a custom list where I'm going to be posting to my friends, my seller leads, for example, but I want to exclude my realtor buddies. I want to exclude my family. I want to exclude, right? So start thinking about, if you start categorizing your database, this is going to be your fastest way to stay in touch with all your clients, including your A-list clients, people that, that's how you get your repeat and referral business. And then you simply, every once in a while, where you're going in your list, you're just going to click on these people. Okay, let's just say here's my past StreetText clients, for example. I'm just gonna see, hey, where are we? What's the last conversation we had? Because I'm always doing my business, right? I'm personally always doing my business on Facebook. And so I always like to make sure I'm doing all my conversations on Facebook. And if I click message here, it's gonna populate. What's the last thing I sent Jennifer, right? Oh, this is what I sent her last time. Did she read it? I can see, no, she hasn't. I can track, making sure, I can always see when someone's read my message.
Yeah.
So there's power behind Facebook. You got to look at it. The initial thing is it's generating the lead for you, but you don't want to stop there. Make sure you take that back into Facebook and let them you have up to 5,000 people that you can have as friends. So why not maximize those 5,000 and get rid of people that, either are negative Nellies, and that you just get annoyed with their posts and you unfollow them, or like I like to think that if you're really trying to farm your area, you want to make sure that you are influencing every single person that is a friend in that Facebook community. You are either influencing them or they are influencing you. Which one do you want to be?
Yeah.
Are you the influencer, or are you being influenced?
Oh yeah.
Right? We all have an amazing opportunity to lead. We're all leaders. That's what we're in this industry for. So become a leader of your social media.
Hey, one thing to piggyback off that, Marcus, once you've created those groups you're talking about in Facebook, the Messenger app is really, really good, because you can send out to groups right out of that. So when you're on the fly or you're on the go, sometimes the best thing to send somebody is nothing related to what's going on at all, because you're still trying to have that personal reach out and get them to comment or remark, because you're trying to engage them. So like here, I could be rolling around and get a really nice view of Mount Rainier, the Sound, and I'll say, man, another beautiful day in the Northwest. Look at majestic Rainier. Wow. And send it, just people commenting. And then the ones that it sorts it for you, because if you don't have your own assistant, you are one. So what's nice is if you have a group of just even 100 and you blast out to all of them, they're not all going to respond. You might only get 3 to 5 back. So those are the ones you go after because they're engaging at the time. And the Facebook app, the nice thing, one thing I started doing when I started rolling my systems over is I don't want anything I have to pay for someone else to maintain and develop. So my priority in the last 2 years was off the shelf only. If I got a problem, call support. So you can get the engagement, and the biggest thing is getting people to talk to you, and that'll do it for you. And I joke, it's free 99.
So powerful. I mean, it really is. It's Leon. I piggyback off what you just said. Like I personally, it's been the way that I have done in my business here at StreetText. I don't know how I would be staying in touch with a lot of people and letting them be in touch with me and asking questions if I didn't have it. If I didn't have Messenger, because I can always track back to the last thing I said. Now I use iMessage as well for text messaging because I do a lot of my work on the computer, but I want it on Facebook. I'd rather have all you guys communicate through me through Facebook because everything is going to be left there. I know, and I categorize it and I places you in CRM and I know back. So I don't even use the CRM personally for myself. Everything is Facebook. Everything's Facebook. And it's just, I think Facebook is recognizing that and they're just making more and more improvements to their system to give us that opportunity. And so I think anybody who really adopts this into their business as realtors are going to be the ones that win the most. I really do. And you know, be consistent with your posts, be somebody who's trying to get out there, like do Facebook lives, get in front of the camera, you know, let them see you as a personality and as a presence, because that's why we all want to get comfortable with video, right? It's not just for following up. Let them follow you on Facebook too. Make sure you're running videos and communicating who you are, and don't just post real estate content. Let them see you as a real person with passions and values and interests and things that you like to do outside of real estate.
The other thing is don't be a Twitter queen either. You want to keep it simple, because the problem with people, you only have, so I've seen that smile on somebody, that was funny, but people get in, we're in a hurry, get in, get on, get off. So when they come in, they're not trying to scroll down 20 and 30 posts. So when you come in there, something Marcus had said, if you have friends on your friend side, do what you want to do. But when you're doing your thing out to clients and stuff like that, 3 to 5 a week is more than enough. Let them get in. They can see it on one screen. They can look at it. If you vary it, they're not going to like everything, but they might like 1 or 2 here and there. And once again, it's about engagement. So it's not like you got to go write a novel every week, just a couple of posts. It's right there in front of them. They're not scrolling. They get in, look at it, make a comment, and move on, and you're good to go.
Well said. Well said. You guys, we got about 5 minutes left. Anybody have anything like, yeah, Viola, I think you're wanting to talk.
Yeah, I do. I am in a team. My son and I do it together. So we're getting a video done tomorrow because it's one of the times we can get together, because he's out in the field a lot, so I'm in the office a lot. So we're going to do one for the initial and maybe a follow-up. And you were saying like try to change it every day, but would it, because I'm the one that's behind the screen most, would it be bad for me to do some videos just by myself? Because I can't, it's hard for me to get him narrowed down because he's a contractor as well.
On the auto email?
Mm-hmm. No, not on the auto email. Well, on the auto email, yeah.
On the auto email, I'd like to have your family there, because it's going to show a different, like it's going to show, hey, this is the family that's working with me. I love it, right? As far as, because you can then, it sets precedence in that moment. So you can say, hey, it's going to just be one of us that follows up. So whether you take control or your son can take control, someone else takes control, they know it's just coming from the family. And so that's the first impression. Give them the family impression initially, and then follow up personally.
Okay. So it might be bad if I did it, because we're going to do 2. I have somebody set up and we're going to do 2. We're not doing bomb right now, but we're going to do 2 videos for the first one. And then the second, you know, once I give them a range of evaluation, and then after that, I can follow up myself. That wouldn't be bad.
No, that'd be great. Okay. I mean, I think ultimately too, if you're going to use the Facebook model, just make sure that whoever's going to be consistently staying with that person is that's the model that you're going to be the one who initiates communication through Facebook Messenger. Because what we're all looking to accomplish is, you want to do the video introduction with BombBomb, but then you want to profile them on Facebook if possible, right? With things like we were talking about today with what Leon said, like I'm gonna go in there and get that LinkedIn thing set up on my own account because I'm gonna start seeing how that works. But if that's gonna start helping you pull more opportunities to find them on Facebook, then you're gonna profile them, drop them into a list, and send them a message there too. Because even if you guys are not friends, remember they always stay in that list. That's the important takeaway I want you to realize. If they don't accept your friend request, they stay in that list. Now, every once in a while, you're going to click on these profiles along the way, and you're going to see pending requests still there. What you want to do is cancel that request and resend it. Why?
Can you send them a message through Messenger if they're not your friend?
Yes, but it's going to end up in a message request folder. So they may not necessarily get it, but more and more people are starting to recognize that folder. And so it could, there's a good chance it's going to be received. Now, once they become your friends, what's the opportunity does that light up now? Now they're all in the right-hand side of your chat when you're on your computer, and you know when they're home. And what better opportunity when you actually know they're home on the internet, right? So it's a powerful combo when you take that back into Facebook.
Right.
Also, what Marley had said in her thing, you notice she mentions Facebook. She's driving them to her page. So you can always put that like me on Facebook as well, so that when everything's going out, they've got multiple opportunities to accept you without you trying to beat them up to get them to do it.
Yeah, and just remember, when you say like me on Facebook, you're usually generally talking about your business page. When you say add me on Facebook, you're generally saying friend request me, right? Hey, add me on Facebook and send me a quick message, and you could have a fun call to action for a complimentary right? So, for a chance to be in a drawing for $100 gift certificate to Outback. I don't know, you name it. Like there's so many fun things we can do with this, right? So always give a call to action that's like so attractive that why wouldn't they do? That's the key. Cool, guys? Good takeaways today, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. And that's why I love these masterminds, because for those who attend, they get a lot of value. And I think if we can try to make it a non-negotiable around this time, if you can't make it, try to actually watch it, because you never know what we talk about in this 1 hour. That could be the difference in another 10 deals over the next year.
Well, I want to say thanks to you for showing me about being able to embed my own videos in the messages that are going out, because Isaac had said he'd do it, but now that I know I can do it myself. And so I'll have all my stuff done this week. Awesome. And remember, guys, like that, if I share my screen real quick, that's why I always try to put it back into this course. And so this Academy course that hopefully you guys starting to recognize, I have a separate module in there that says how to embed your video, right? And so, and if there's anything that you want me to add into there, all these courses will be updated at some point, because I'll figure out better ways, better scripts, better things that we could talk about or communicate it better. Always just feel free to message me hey, would you elaborate a little bit more here? We maybe do a different take, because I'm just not understanding this. Just let me know. I always want this to be your one-stop resource for everything StreetText related. Anything that you feel like it's just needs some help, or just to say, hey, you don't really need that there, let me know, because I'm always looking for constructive feedback on that too. Okay. Awesome. I'll throw one more in there for you guys. Quick question of the whole group. How many of you all have YouTube channels running already? And the reason I ask that, like I said, free 99. Google owns YouTube. That's the #1 and 2 searches. What I do when I go out and do my listings, even if I do a quick pre-listing presentation, go out, video the little neighborhood or community where the house is at, maybe for the client, and just do a quick little 20-second, 25-second blurb on the neighborhood. Go ahead, and nowadays they're no longer divisions, they're communities. So go out and get the community done. I also would do one on the house for the seller, and it'd be like, hey, Mr. and Ms. Smith, thanks for meeting with me today. It's great. I want to give you a little example of what I do, and then I'll blast out something about the neighborhood, average prices and whatever, or I do something about their home. I go back, I put it on YouTube, I upload it, and then 3 hours later when I go sit down and do the presentation, I go, hey, I see you both got smartphones, do me a favor, put in your home address. They put in their home address, and because you've done it in video, it pops up in Google on page 1, and you're gonna be the only video on there, because other than the paid for ads by Google, Zillow, and all the rest of them, you're there. And it's a really nice presentation because you say, I want to show you how I do things different, because in this business, it is about being different. And the guy in Bellingham knows what I'm talking about here in Washington, because we have no inventory. But it's nice when you can sit there and come in first or last or in the middle and do this, because now at this point, all they're remembering is you put them on Google or YouTube. And then what I'll do is I can take and come back through there around the house. When I list it, I'll do a full walkthrough and I will post that on the Facebook page. So now when people come to Facebook, they're now looking at what you have. It'll drive them over to your YouTube channel. And since it's usually set up for autoplay, they're spending time looking through that. But it's just another free way that you can go ahead and build up business. Once you get 50 or more videos in your YouTube channel, Google starts giving you relevance to go ahead and pull you over to where when people are actively searching in areas, they'll find you. So it's a nice way to get business. Let's
just go to YouTube real quick and check it out.
All right, I'll even give you an address.
Okay.
Try 11620. Go to Google.
Go to Google?
Go to Google.
Okay. Because Google is what we all use anyway, so we understand.
Yeah, where everybody starts their home searches and whatever. So one of the other things while he's looking for that is Google says that they don't do SEO. They don't do some of the tag stuff they do. So 11620.
11620.
Southeast 288th Street.
Southeast 288th Street?
Yep. Auburn, WA.
Auburn, WA.
So as you scroll down, you'll see the usual paid for ads, and you'll look up and see video. And right there you see YouTube. And if you click on it, good morning. That's only one of them. That one is my that's my virtual tour one. But if Marcus would scroll a little further down, there's a video hiding in there as well. But that's just free. So the other thing is when you post your stuff into the YouTube channels, you're able to tag it. So you can put like 3 or 4 bedroom home in Auburn, home on over 1 acre in Auburn, homes for sale in like Auburn. I put the zip code, area code, all that's free. So Marcus, the 5th picture from the left is the video that I posted of the actual house that I had you go look up.
Which one? The 5th picture?
Yep, that one right there.
This one?
To the left of the mugshot.
Auburn?
Yeah, and then the pictures you're seeing in there, instead of doing, if you don't want to do Loom or Zoom or you don't want to do BombBomb at the moment, you can go post your videos and make them unlisted in your YouTube channel. And so today, Marcus, those pictures you've seen, I was in the office, have my Triwood logo in the background. I'm going to post those on my valuation page that goes out, because I made one thanking people for coming into my Facebook site online to look at my valuation stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and that's free. I mean, you can't get no better than free to get exposure like that.
No, that's great. You guys all see that, how powerful that is right there? That's a great takeaway. So, if you want more on that, go find Leon Harper on Facebook and send him a message.
Yeah, or just my name, period. It'll pop up all over the internet. You can be as big or as little as you want on the internet, just to be willing to spend the time. So I take 1 hour a week for my social media, I call it, and I just do something. Or if I'm sitting somewhere waiting, got nothing to do while I'm waiting for something, I just take a minute to just update and do things. But those are just free things I'll get you out there. And it's funny when someone says, hey, I found you on Google, or I found you on YouTube. And like I said, you're giving service no one else is, but it's free. So take the time and play with it.
You guys, just remember at the end of the day, the StreetText, this is what the StreetText Insider Group is for. And that's why, I tell people, make sure you're tuning in here to the announcements, because I'm always trying to tell you guys what's happening. And then, one of the posts that I'm liking starting right now is if you go to the announcements and you see this one, I challenge you to share your embedded video email. So that's where I want you to go in there and start putting in your autoresponder. Let everybody see it, and we could all give constructive feedback to each other. Let's see the follow-up video that you do, like Marley. Let's all go in there. Got 34 comments in there already. A lot of people posting their videos, right? And let's go in there and just encourage one another. But it's just going to be great practice for you guys to go in there. Like, look at Larry just put his in, and I love it. Like, check it out.
Hey there, it's Larry White over at Powerhouse Realty Group. I just wanted to let you know that we received your home evaluation request on Facebook, and we are on it. Also have a couple of questions for you below before we send that out to you. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, I attached my Facebook profile down below. Keep an eye out. I'm going to be sending you a friend request and a personalized message so that you can get to know us a little bit better. Look forward to connecting with you soon.
I mean, I love it. Like that's so cool because, you know, in that moment, Larry is basically, oh, before I forget, like, it's like, it just sounds personal. Like, it just sounds, I mean, you guys, you guys get it. Like, it's just, don't follow the script for you, but make it more your own. Like, think outside the box. It's just, Larry's a genius at that. Leon, what are you laughing about?
Hey, Larry, props to you, man. I call that the Columbo move. Those of you that remember Columbo, oh yeah, just one more thing. That's sealing the deal.
It's good. I mean, it's just tapping into psychology, guys. We're just tapping into psychology. We're disrupting their like normal things that they're expecting and giving them an opportunity to say, oh, before I forget, it's like, oh, this is sounding super personal to me. I will go to your Facebook profile and check you out, right, and friend request you. So some fun things to kind of play around with, guys. Never be content with your one. Just have fun. I mean, at the end of the day, this is supposed to be fun. Have fun, and you're going to get a lot of clients from it. Gary, you got something? I think you.
Sorry, this question is for Leon there. For the YouTube, you just upload into YouTube? That's it, or?
Okay, I think we're going to make Google a lot of money today. Anybody that has a Gmail account, when you go in, you can just set up a Gmail account, and you can go into YouTube, and you can sign in using your Gmail. And then you sign up in there, it'll sit there and say, you know, create a channel. And one beautiful thing about YouTube is everything's on it. Someone at 3 a.m. in the morning made a video. So you can always just go to YouTube and click, how do I make a YouTube channel? And 50,000 of them will pull up. Take a look at a couple of them. Really, really easy to do. I mean, here's the funny part for listing. I can be, just when I say raw's good, I can go out somewhere, Gary, be on the road, someone calls me, I'm setting an appointment, I'm in the neighborhood, I can swing by, and I know you always make sure you do it sideways, but I can get up, I can take a quick video of the house, I've pulled information up on my phone from the MLS apps.
Sideways, not this way, sideways.
I can be sitting here with my Surface, plug straight into my phone, download right into YouTube, right off wherever I'm at. But yeah, it's just, you need a Gmail account, and everything works. And so the cool part is, if you're in, like me, even though I use Outlook primarily for everything, I do have a couple of different Gmail accounts that I run everything through. So I have info at premierhouses.com and homes at premierhouses.com. I brand as a team. I don't care if it's just, I can be a team of one, but they'll think I'm a team of many. So I'll just say someone from the team will get a hold of you. That way people don't feel like they're passed over. Because what I do is I refer my buyers to my other agents. I want listings. I don't have to go show a house another house. And the way the Washington market has been, you write a perfect deal, it still doesn't get accepted. So I would rather turn around and get buyer leads, and buyers are byproducts of listings. So if you turn around, and I'd rather have a check show up in 3 or 4 months on a referral I might have forgot about, it's another income stream. But as far as the houses go, with the YouTube channel in there, another thing you do when you go sit down is tell a seller, hey, I love you, look at my YouTube channel. You can send them the link. When they're looking at it, seeing these things, it's just one more way of separating yourself from everybody else on how you market yourself.
Okay, cool.
Genius. Genius. All right, guys. I know it's 10 minutes past the hour, so go get those leads converted. Go get them in Facebook. Go leverage video. Get your intros out there. Go send out a piece of mail. Do something after this to make sure you're building up the momentum of this mastermind. Talk to you guys soon. And message us if you have any questions regarding what you just learned. Okay? Have a great day.